got a shirt and these girls wanna flirt. What's going on, y'all? Master Teacher of Attraction channel. So check it out. I want to make a video showing y'all that y'all don't need to go to Panda Express. Y'all don't need to go to McDonald's. Y'all don't need to go to Baba's, right? You can do it yourself. I'm showing y'all the stuff that I be talking about in my course so y'all can actually see it. All right? So I put salt. I put sea salt. All right? Fine sea salt. All right? I cut up some limes. This is what they do over in Jamaica. You can either do this, put the water, salt in here, and then limes. Or you can do, vinegar. But this helps clean the fish. This helps get that fishy smell off the catfish, fishy smell off the bluegill. I'm going to go ahead and fry this bluegill whole. I'm going to go ahead and get the fillets off this catfish and get the skin off. Sometimes the skin can mess with some people's digestion. So you're going to have to use your, your intellect and let you go off the feedback of your body. And then also with this, hold on, let me talk to you about this first. Get that skin off and then get that shiny fat off. And you'll be able to digest that just fine. So what I got over here is some butter and lard. Alright? It ain't any butter or lard. I got this right here. I'm going to put y'all on. I got this right here. Pork fat from Epic. Okay? Now, these look at how fat that pork is. Alright? Now, he eating good in the neighborhood. He ain't feeding them how the government be feeding, the standard pigs that they be saying they be put a whole bunch of hormones in. Alright? So, that's what I'm using. Y'all know y'all can find that on the internet. And then I'm using some Amish butter. Y'all can check my fridge out, too. You see what I'm saying? That's what I be eating. Right? So, the reason I mixed it too is to help the butter not burn. Now, see, if I wasn't using this lard, this butter would be black. All right? And what I do is I make toast out of this. Now, this is sourdough. Look at the ingredients right here. Flour, water, salt. All right? Because we ain't getting all the preservatives in our body. Like, if you go through an injury, instead of taking 2 weeks to heal, it'll only take you a day or two, 3 days to heal. Okay, when you stop putting all that stuff all up in your body, right? So I'm about to go ahead because I can't film this. I need my hands. So I'm about to go ahead and show y'all the next part, whatever I got to show y'all. Alright, so we back right here. Alright, check me out. So I want y'all to look at these eggs. Now what a lot of y'all do is y'all get the regular eggs. And the yolk be looking like this box. Okay, just be looking yellow. Alright. So when the egg or the actual yolk, which is that orange part, that's how your yolk's supposed to look in order to get any benefit out of them. Okay? So, vitamins and all that stuff. Alright? So you ain't gotta end up somewhere you ain't got no business needing. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna scramble these joints. I'm gonna throw it into the butter mixed in with the pork fat. Alright. And this one I'm gonna put on top of the toast. Alright. Y'all know what we do. We look at the ingredients. Hold on. Let me show y'all the ingredients. Y'all see the ingredients, right? Ain't looking crazy. I can pronounce each one of the things. Alright, now put the camera on the food. Alright. Bam. I'm about to throw these eggs in. I need a plate. Alright. So bam. See that? We not burnt. We actually know how to cook over here. Alright. You might want to send your mama my video so she can learn how to cook too. Alright. So that's what we looking a little, you know what I'm saying? But that's cool. That's cool. I'm gonna work with that. So bam. And when you get the eggs like this, now, okay, I'm gonna show you. This is this particular brand. Okay. So they be feeding them right. Now when you look at a lot of these eggs, a lot of the eggs be talking about how they feed the chicken vegetarian. Alright, just like they be trying to feed y'all vegetarian. But a chicken is an omnivore. Okay, so it need nutrients from not only plant material, it need nutrients from animal material too, in order to be healthy and produce these egg yolks right here. Now let me grab, oh, I got my spatula. Alright, so them eggs, them little standard eggs from the commercial farms, most of y'all be getting for like 50 cents for a dozen. The reason they don't look like this is because of what they feeding them. Alright? And y'all know I got a background in the animal industry. So, they tell me things that they don't tell the public. Okay? So, I'ma just let you know that all them videos and things that they was talking, some of that is true. Some of that is true. Some of it is a little exaggerated to try to push an agenda. But at the end of the day, they're not feeding them chickens right. And the only thing you need to prove that is by looking at the yolks. Okay? You see how the yolks is looking on here. Now, when I went down to Missouri, I also went to the farm. I saw the chickens, and they was going around. They was eating different type of plants. They was eating different type of bugs. The chickens, I even learned, they eat a whole rat. They eat the mice that run around too. So they eat a diverse diet, and that's how you get them yolks like that. If y'all ever want to get into, having your own land or something like that, and you want to, produce chickens. Now, quails are the same. And, they require a diverse diet. But, they don't, the reason they put vegetarian, we feed our chickens vegetarian, because they know that you're emotionally connected to that. Right? And all they trying to do is just make a profit off of you. So they going to do whatever they need to do to try to sell them dry eggs that ain't got nothing in it. Alright? So, that's how I'll tell y'all about my sourdough bread. Okay, so with this help your gut compared to normal bread. And the number one reason is because they ain't got all the preservatives and things that you can't name. Alright? The people that put them stuff in there don't even know what they do. So, and the bottom line is, when you eat this, your gut don't feel like it's got a jackknife going all through your gut and everything. Now my egg should almost be done. And that's when you eat, regular bread. Which is why people be talking about they on a gluten-free diet and all this. And they losing their minds and trying to do all these different diets. And they not coming to any solutions. So, with this, you don't get all them issues. Now me, I done that whole, gluten, keto this, vegetarian this, and all those things, stomach was still messed up. So when you eating something like this is the first piece of bread I've ever eaten and said, man, that actually didn't mess up my gut. That actually feel like it's actually helping. Alright, and basically they put this is produced by having some microorganisms in here. Now y'all see it's not yeast or anything. Microorganisms and bacteria and things that help break down the phytonutrients within the flour. Alright? So it unlocks the nutrients inside the bread because the phytonutrients put the lock on the nutrients. Alright? And that's why you have a tough time with that bread out of the stove. Okay? So that's that. That's that. I think my eggs is done. Put that on this plate. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put some jelly on top of that. Now some of y'all like jelly on top, put the egg on top of the bread. and then put the jelly. You know, you can do it however you want. See? Bam. Bam. Now you getting all three things from this. You're getting carbs, you're getting protein, and you're getting fat. Alright? But what you say? What I thought the government say you don't want no fat. Well, I'm telling you that these eggs is healthy and they contain fat, and a large percentage of your body is maintained by fat. Alright. So go ahead and go long or go without fat and tell me how long you last. Cause I'm speaking from the perspective of already doing that. So I can tell you if you go without it, you're gonna start breaking down. Alright? So that's what that is. And you know, you want more information like this, because you see that I'm not just telling y'all to go and do something and then that's it. Like everybody on YouTube be trying to tell you what to do. I'm actually breaking it down for you so you can fully understand what it is that you eating. Okay? I showed you guys the labels. So, you know, I'm showing y'all the fish right here. Showing y'all that. So you actually know what to do when you actually get it. Alright? Because a lot of people be saying, oh yeah, just eat fish. How you make the fish? How you clean the fish? Alright? So I'm showing you all this. Just imagine what you're going to learn and what you're going to actually comprehend and what type of results you're going to get when you get into either the course to learn about this stuff, learn about the history behind this stuff, so you have a full understanding of what's going on. And, you know, there's the Patreon as well. So if you learn that and you know you're the type of person you need a little bit more hands-on and you got certain specific questions for your situation, then boom, that's what the Patreon is for. All right? So that's what that is. I think I'm going to go ahead and show y'all when I'm cleaning these fish right here. I think I'm going to go ahead and show you that so you can actually see that. But yeah, right now it's soaking. Get the fishy taste out. Now I do this with not only the fish, I do this with the beef. I can show y'all that too. This right here. Hold on, let me flip it. Cause that's the other thing. You know, that's what I was having questions about. Which piece of steak do I actually get? And which one can I actually chew? Cause a lot of it be, you know, then you cook it, and then it's chewy. I can't chew it. My gums hurt because it's so chewy. Okay, so y'all saw what I was cooking in, right? I was cooking and some fats. Okay, that preserves the meat so it don't get all, you know, toughened up on you. All right. So this is a good cut right here. What your name is? Spencer steak. But this is also called petite steak. Petite. Ooh. I'm gonna have to come back with y'all with another video when I come back to my brain. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut this short right here. Y'all go ahead and stick with the video, and I'm gonna show y'all the rest of this little process right here. All right. All right, what's going on, y'all? So as y'all can see, it ain't no sunlight left for me. So when y'all doing this, preferably get out early in the morning, but before the sun go out. So I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all, but I gotta try to beat this sun going down. So y'all saw what I hit. I gotta grab one more thing. I'll be right back. All right, y'all. I was gonna grab my catfish skinner, but I can't grab it right now because we're trying to beat the sun. But I still gotta show y'all how to do this. All right. So I got me a little container that's gonna, you know, hold the fish. I got a clean bucket. I took a brush and cleaned out the inside. There's gonna be 4 in total tools, but I got this fillet knife. This is to get the scales off the bluegill. This is to cut any spines off the catfish. Sometimes you need loppers depending on the size. Alright, those are the fish. And we're gonna get to doing our thing. So, okay, this is a bluegill right here. And what you do is you take that spoon and you go backwards on it. And this is how you know, process your own groceries. So, boom. You see the scales popping off? That's all you're doing. Just pop them boys off. Now I'm gonna try to get y'all a little closer to me doing this. Alright. So that's all you're doing. Make sure you get both sides. Get the ones up towards the top fin part right beneath them. People be forgetting that spot, man. People be forgetting that spot. Ooh, watch the spine. Just poke myself. And you know, this is something fun to teach your kids too. I bet y'all didn't think Master Teacher Jackson how to do all this. I've been doing this for years. This ain't nothing new. But I feel like some of y'all don't know how to. Because all y'all know is Facebook and the Twitter and Tinder. So I said, let me go ahead and show y'all how to do this. Alright. Belly, make sure you don't forget the belly right underneath these fins right here. Alright. Nobody wants to bite into a whole bunch of gills. Or what you call these things? Scales. Alright, so once you got all the scales off, bam, come through with your knife. And then here, I'm gonna show y'all. You see that part right there? Perianal region, that's where you stick the knife. Alright, that's where you stick it. And then, boom. Cut in. Guts. Okay, poke the guts out. Just start it away. And then when we go back in the kitchen, we'll do the final cleaning process. Alright. Boom. So he's all gutted and everything's scaled off. So he's good to go in the bucket. Then you repeat the process. So we got this one right here. I'm gonna continue doing my thing. I'm gonna see y'all when I get the catfish. Alright y'all, we had to come back in. It was getting real out there in the field. The sun was going down. Y'all couldn't even see the shot no more. Mosquitoes was coming after me. So I said we had to come back in. But here go your bluegill right here. I got them all cut up. Alright, gilled out, scaled out. I got some catfish nuggets right here. Shout out to the Catfish Cornelius channel. He was saying that you want to cut this skin off right here. Trim off this fat right here. so you can have an easier time digesting it, and it don't have no fishy taste to it. Now limes and salt water or vinegar, it get rid of that fishy taste too. Alright, so got the catfish right now. We got Mr. Catfish, and we about to take care of him. So for the catfish, you don't have to scale them, but I got these catfish skin pullers. I got my knife. I'm gonna clean my knife off. Be very careful with this fillet knife. These things are sharp. Alright, we're gonna get him all washed off. They build a slime, and then if you put it in the freezer, it turns yellow on you and all this. So you just want to get all that up off them. Okay. So I really want to make sure y'all are in there. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this way. Turn this that way. And y'all should be able to see what we talking about. Bam. Okay. Okay. That's perfect. Alright, y'all. So now this is small little cat. And the dorsal fin right here. And then there's lateral fins right here. I snipped that off with some kitchen shears. Now, the bigger the catfish, you might need some loppers. I ain't gonna lie to you. Right? So that's just so you don't hurt yourself. And then, basically, behind that fin, that'll be right there. Just want to make a little small incision. This is just to cut the skin or pull the skin off. Let me make sure y'all can see. I really don't want fish dropping. I'm gonna try to zoom in on that for y'all too. Bam. Alright. Alright. Now I think I bust the guts open. If y'all do that, then we got something for that. But that's something you don't want to do. Alright. So I got this skinned out throughout the back. The back right here. Throughout here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna peel it off. Bam. Y'all saw that? Skin came right off. See? See? Now this is my first time using skin peelers. That's why I'm gonna call them skin peelers. So I can do it the first time and get a beautiful skin off like that. I think you can do it. Alright. Then just go ahead and do the other side. Try to do this without cutting the belly open this time. Alright. That's what we're looking like so far. I'm gonna try to cut this skin off and fillet it. Bam, that's the other side. Y'all can see catfish, they got a nice layer of fat right along their dorsal. Most likely gonna be cutting that off. Right, rinse that off. I'm just cutting right along side the ribs. Along the spinal column. Got that fillet up off of him. Alright, so that's that side. That's his ribs right there. That's that dorsal. Okay. This is his dorsal that I was blading along. That's his ribs that I was blading along to get that fillet up off of him. I'll go ahead and do it on this side. Okay. Bam. Keep in mind, guys, it's a little catfish cut up right against them ribs. You can see them right there. You can see the dorsal. Now, usually on the bigger catfish, you'd be able to get a little more up off them. Like that. But he's pretty much all filleted out. And usually this is where they get catfish nuggets from. But this is so small right here. You see I kind of poked right here in the belly. So I'm going to rinse it off real good. But yep, that's how you do that. I'm going to go ahead and rinse it off, let y'all know the finished product. Alright, y'all. Clean the sink out and rinse these fish off, get all the scales and everything off of it. I got the catfish nuggets. I got the white skin off and all that, so it don't hurt your stomach. That little bit ain't gonna hurt. Alright. So we all good, we looking right. Got the bluegills all rinsed out. Gutted. Good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and do a final rinse and soak in some limes. Lady with the umbrella, sea salt, and a little bit of water. So I'll go ahead. I get the big side. Alright. Put some salt. Alright. Take the limes. Squeeze it all in there. And see, this would be my second time. And this is the best time to do this. Because this lime and salt get up in that skin and clean it. It do something to it. You understand me? Alright. And it's so, you know, when you're feeding this to your kids ain't saying what's wrong with your food. Why mama can't cook. Why daddy can't cook. What's wrong with them. And then your kids go through their whole life thinking you can't cook. And all they want to eat is Panda Express. And then their little stomach and tummy start hurting. And they end up with cavities. Okay? We don't need that. When we give children food, we want them to actually like it. Because it's either this or the government food. And the government ain't playing. Alright? They putting all type of stuff in there to make their food taste good. So you gotta make the real taste good. And this how you make it taste good. This is something we've been doing for tens of thousands of years. If it ain't limes and salt, it's salt in some type of water. Whether that's vinegar or something. But clean your joint. And then what I do is I take these, bam. Got a second lime. Squeeze the juice all in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and let this soak overnight. Because I'm going to go ahead and eat this in the morning. And put this in the fridge. And y'all see how I'm making sure I get all that juice out of there. Alright. Bam. Just invert that lime. So that lime get in there. So when you bite into your fish, you're going to be like, damn, why does it taste so fresh? When your grandma bite into this fish, she going to be like, damn, why does this taste so fresh? When your children bite into this fish, they going to be like, mama? Because your children ain't got no business saying damn. But when your children bite into this fish, they going to be like, mama? Daddy? Why this fish taste so good? Can I get a second? Can I get seconds? Can I get thirds? Can I get fourths? And see, when you feed your children stuff like this, they can't get fat off of this. Because it fills you up. And your body is like, okay, this is enough. Because this is protein, fats, and real foods. Okay? Now, get a little bit of that. Season. I'll show y'all tomorrow. But I'm going to just go ahead, add some water to it for now. Okay. Bam. That's it. Y'all see how that water look? That's because of the lime juice and the salt. Alright. So it's going to get all that fishy taste out. And it's going to taste amazing. So I'm going to let this soak in the fridge overnight. That way ain't nobody talking about, oh, why I got tummy ache. No, this meat right here is clean. So I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Alright, y'all. We back. Check me out, right? Yeah, let me get this wrap off. That's how we looking. Hold on. I'm gonna put it down in there. Put it down in there. So it's been soaking for at least 24 hours. That's how you can see that bluegill right there with the white eyes. Oh no, we leaking. Hold on. Alright, so I'm about to show y'all this little part right here. Y'all see the one line. Actually, some of it looks cooked. Kinda already. That's from that line. Alright, so I'm gonna just go ahead, rinse that off a little bit. Oh, my rinse. They ain't got no rigor mortis or anything. It's still floppy and all that. So that's the other thing with the salt and lime water. You can see with the catfish nugget, it looks partially cooked. You can see, hold on. You see it looks partially cooked. And that is from the lime. So if you're worried about some type of fishing advisory, because Illinois always be talking about, some type of fishing advisory. You can't eat this, you can't eat that. Too much chemical in the fish. That's what that lime and that salt water is for. Because you already know they be playing with everything. Doing not social experiments. Experiments on the fish because they know we gonna eat it. So it's something for everything. So I'm gonna have that sent right there. Y'all go ahead and check it out one more time. Bluegills with the white eyes. Come back over here. Pop this up. There we go. Hey, so what I'm doing right here, this is how you keep a pot for 10 years. Because most pots last about, if you're using it, then wash it, use it, then wash it, use it, then wash it. It start crinkling up on you and doing all types of stuff. So I treat all the pots just like a cast iron pot. And they seem to last a lot longer. Again, with this, it seemed to preserve it. Hold on. Stuff like this seem to preserve it. Stuff like this seem to preserve it. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that in there. I'm telling y'all, this is how y'all grandma used to make y'all smothered potatoes. And if you live, I'ma just say this. No matter what part of town you are, I know you like cornbread. I know you like Patti LaBelle. Okay? I don't care if your skin color look like mine or your skin color look like that butter. I know everybody like sweet potato pie by Patti LaBelle. So everybody like down south cooking. In this house, no matter, apple pie, what else? Buttermilk pie. Which Patty LaBelle, she got some buttermilk pie. I ain't never had no buttermilk pie. I don't know what that stuff is. I'll try it out eventually though. But everybody know her sweet potato pie. Some people like it, some people don't. Man, come through with that one little scoop. I don't need too much. And this, we going in the wintertime, this stuff right here, this will get rid of dandruff. This will get rid of dry skin. If your lips be looking like Dracula's, this will get rid of that. If you're trying to get your lips like mine, y'all see my lips in the videos, okay? This is it. If you trying to stay like you look like 15, when you really over 30, or you over 40, or whatever, I mean, there's a whole bunch of old people that look young. Get you some of this. This preserve your skin. The mosquitoes don't like it either, especially if it starts to turn rancid. But I don't think you trying to smell like rancid lard. So just keep it, keep it right. Keep it right. I ain't trying to smell like somebody grandma's foot. Alright, so turn this on. Now I'm gonna put that. And one thing you notice is whenever I'm done the first time with cooking with that particular batch of fat, that's the only time. Now, it seemed to be a tradition of some people to store the used cooking oil and then keep reusing it. Let me show you something. Which one you want to put in your body? Okay? Now, let's keep it real. This is what y'all be putting in y'all body over and over and over. Okay, when you cooking, fish or chicken or something. You don't want to do this. This is how people get cancer. Alright? Rest in peace to Auntie Fee. Shout out to Auntie Fee. Alright, everybody didn't like the way that you talk, but you cool in my book. But shout out to Auntie Fee. But y'all know she was cooking like this, right? We don't need to have people out here, leaving this earth early because they was doing stuff like this. As soon as you done starting off with a fresh batch of whatever oil or fat you're going to use, get rid of it. All right? This is canola oil. All right? It don't cost $10. It don't cost $6. Like this costs $10. Okay? So that's why I use a little bit at a time. When you need a little more oil, this is cheap. Y'all know this is cheap. Just get you 4. Get you a gallon. Get you 2 gallons. But don't be sitting around using the same thing. That's how you end up with cancer. And then you end up in the hospital. And then you become their property until they done practicing medicine on you. Because that's all it is. They're practicing. So that's why they can go ahead and do whatever stuff to you. Then you take them to court. And then they end up, winning a high percentage of some of those things that they should have never won. Because technically, by law, they're practicing on you. You signed over consent of your property and of your person. Then you sign that over to them. And then they can practice whatever they want to practice on you. That's why when you try to get up out of there, then boom. They like, no, we need you to stay here. We need you to stay here. And they gonna act nice about it at first. And then they gonna get them boys on you and put you right back in that hospital bed. And inject you with whatever they want to inject you with because they're practicing, right? Y'all remember what Allen Iverson was saying? Practice. This is practice. practice. Hold on, let me see what I'm doing. Y'all want to see something right? Bam. Okay. But yeah, man. Just gotta be careful. Just be careful. As long as you ain't eating honey buns, ho-hos, donuts, living off of that, you'll be just fine. Then you get you some nice little health insurance just in case, you know, you twist your knee or something and stuff like that. That's really what the doctor good at. The doctor good at, if you mess up a ligament or something, they know how to get you back right with a little bit of surgery, then the post-op preventive care, then that's what they really good for. But when it come to stuff like this, like your doctor ain't gonna tell you to not do this, okay? Because they gotta make money. They gonna act like, well, shoot, we don't know. We heard that you shouldn't even be cooking with fats. All right, they just want you to take the fish and then just cook it bare on the thing, or cook some soy or something, whatever that white tofu. Cook that tofu stuff. They literally sit up there and just tell you straight to your face and act like they doing you a service and tell you some bull crap like that when they know they ain't doing that. Or some of them doing that and they look like a wildebeest. Let's keep it real. They look like one of them wildebeests over in Africa. They look like one of them warthogs over in Africa. Come on, I ain't lying. Let's keep it all the way real. Let's keep it all the way real. And y'all know I told y'all the story about old girl said I ain't had no pair of balls or something. And she said almost 400 pounds. She can't get on her knees because she said she blew out both her knees. And she got the nerve to talk about somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Hold on, let me make sure I don't burn the toe. And y'all gonna see how I'm gonna get y'all up a little closer too. Y'all gonna see this. Alright. Cause some people, okay, down in the South, and now I'll get back to what I was talking about before. Some people, what I gotta do, little, you don't want it too high. You just want it just right. But some people down in the South, they say that they cook their food charred. Okay. Up north, we the same as y'all. Cause pretty much the way the map is flipped. You gotta flip it to really see how it is. Cause the way they got it and the way they taught us is actually on the okay, so the North Illinois is actually south. Canada, south. Alright? Louisiana is actually north. That's why they always, making up them tornadoes, over here. And they always making up the Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Ida, all of them. Because I don't know if y'all was paying attention. Now I'm going to get back to that story just a little bit more. But they was both created on the same day. Now, I don't know about you, but God don't do stuff like that. Okay? And only aiming at where all the a certain demographic of people that live in those locations, they only aim it at them locations. And then they make it spread a little bit more just to seem like it was natural, like it ain't being aimed at somebody of a certain demographic. You know what I'm saying? 8 years apart. Same day. That don't sound like a coincidence to me. Alright, so this ain't burnt. This is charred. Some people down south be talking about, It be blacker than that. It be as black as this thing right here, and they call that charred, and it's not burnt. If your food come out looking like this, that baby, that mean it's burnt. It's burnt. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. And that only took about, how long? 3 minutes? 3 minutes with that. Now I'm going to go ahead and wipe this down. I'm going to go ahead and pour that fresh canola oil on here. Not the old. Not the old. Let's check it out, right? When you eat that old stuff, your body don't process it right. So when your body, and that's how you actually get diabetes right there. Because this a polyunsaturated fat, okay? What I'm cooking in here with is unsaturated fat. Or saturated fat, which is animal fat. Polyunsaturated is plant fat. Monosaturated, you can find that in both. Okay, so those are your three fats. So when you coming through with something like this is oxidized. This does not handle heat well. Okay, so after you use it one time, it's not even healthy to use it no more. Okay, it can cause health issues. That's why it's in this container. I ain't got don't eat, but I know not to eat this. But it's a lot of people of a certain demographic of one or more that like to use this stuff and keep using it. And what happened is, so your cell, you know them little cellular things or circular things in your body, blood cell, they got a lipid layer around it, okay? And then it needs insulin to go ahead and push glucose up in your cell, all right? And then that's how your body uses, gets energy, or it can use fatty acids, all right? You get the diabetes, at least the sugar diabetes, because there's two types of diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is sugar. Type 1 diabetes is water diabetes. All right, and that's when you can't even process water right. All right, so they doing some wicked stuff on the people. But sugar diabetes is okay. So insulin is like the key. Here, let me go ahead and do this in the camera. Insulin is like the key that puts glucose into the cell. So insulin come through to the cell like, hey, what up, though? How was your day? Oh, my day was good. Hey, you want some of my catfish? Yeah, come on in. Eat some of my catfish. I got some hot sauce. You can go ahead and eat it with it. You can use some of my hot sauce. Is it that Frank's Red Hot? Yeah, I got that Frank's Red Hot. I put that on everything, right? So, let insulin in, because insulin wants some catfish. And then insulin opens the door, because insulin is the key. Boom. It allows the glucose that's flowing through your blood to come in, and the cell can utilize of it. So everybody's eating catfish. Everybody's happy, energized, all up. You understand? So that's in a normal, healthy individual that don't live off the foods of commerce or reuse these type of things, right? But when you living off the foods of commerce, or you eating oxidized polyunsaturated fats, and even if you use or reuse the same butter or the same lard over and over, it's just saturated fats can take a little bit more. These polyunsaturated, they can't take nothing but once. All right. So when you live off the food of commerce, or you are reusing old oil that's it's used and it's beaten up, it can't be used no more. When sugar comes into your bloodstream, it's there, it's in your blood, it's ready to go. It's ready to go into your cell. Insulin is like no more. Okay? Because the body keep trying to pump insulin, pump insulin, it can't open up the cell. It can't open up the cell. Insulin trying to get in, get some more catfish. All right? But the cell like, we ain't got no more catfish. So I don't know what you gonna do, right? So the body keep pumping insulin. The body keep pumping insulin. The body keep pumping insulin. And then the pancreas is like, man, fuck this shit. I can't keep doing this. So your cell is sitting there literally blocking the insulin to allow the glucose in. And then what happens is you flood it with a honey bun, you flood it with this, okay, which actually blocks. And the reason the cell can't intake that glucose through the insulin is because it's being blocked by free radicals in this. Okay? So this is literally coating your cell, and then the insulin can't come through and get through that layer, open it up to allow the glucose in. So you end up with high blood sugar. That's why when you are doing a glucose test and your blood sugar is over 200, sometimes over 150 mmG/H, I believe it is, you got to remember, okay? I've been out in the street for a long time. The last thing I was thinking about was, how to measure glucose. Okay, it's somewhere. I gotta think real hard about it because I threw away all my books. I said, "Fuck that shit." So, boom, that's what's happening. So, can't get in. Free radicals, polyunsaturated fats, oxidized all over your cell. Glucose can't get in. You got all this glucose coming in from honey buns, candy, what else? The supermarket bread, just any old regular bread that you just grab without thinking about it or looking at the ingredients. What else? Pasteurized, homogenized milk. What else? Supermarket cheese, all these things. Hershey's. Well, that's candy. So you got all these honey buns, Twinkies, ho hos, Bawa cheesesteak lemonade. Okay, you get that. You drink all that at the same time. You eat all that at the same time. Boom, you flood it with a whole bunch of glucose because all them carbs break down to glucose. So you got all this glucose running through your blood. All this glucose running through your blood. And your body is like, okay, we can't have this going on. We can't have all this blood sugar going on this high. And the pancreas getting tired of trying to produce insulin to try to open up the cells to allow this glucose in. But just because, you won't keep doing what you want to do, boom, your body is struggling. All right. So you get tired. All right. So this is what happened after you eat this. Stuff like this in foods of commerce. You get tired. You catch the itis. Who be saying the itis? We know who be saying the itis. Get the itis because you got that high blood sugar, and then your body finally throw out enough insulin. If you're pre-diabetic, before you get diabetes, it kicking out a lot of insulin to try to force through that, stuff like this to get to the cell and open it up to a lot of sugar in. All right. So how you go from high to low blood sugar? Okay, because of all that insulin, it overproduced insulin to allow all the blood or all the blood sugar to come in. Now you got low blood sugar. So now you're tired. You can't think straight. You're thinking about all these things that ain't got nothing to do with anything. Okay? You're like, man, I just ate that sandwich and I feel high. I feel like I'm slapped, G. That's how you feeling. That is what we call the itis. Or if you want to be smart, That is what we call low blood sugar. Okay? And that's how it happens. You go from high, and that's why when you give your children sugar, that's why they be acting all crazy. Hey, mom, look what I can do. Then he jumps off the house. Billy, well, how did you get on top of the house at first? That's the first question. Then Billy says, Mom, look what I can do. Billy jumps off the top of the roof. Why is Billy jumping off top of the roof? He got high blood sugar, got all this energy running across all the house, just acting a fool. And you sitting there talking about, oh, whoopings don't work on them. I be trying to talk to him. I tried to get baby daddy on him, and baby daddy couldn't even get him right. And, it's just a mess. Meanwhile, you giving the poor baby a whole bunch of candy and all this. This is the reason why your doctor, and this is one of the few truths that your doctor is going to tell you, okay? Stop giving them the damn gummy bears. Stop giving them. Wait, hold on. Did they stop me? We reached the limit. We on hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay. So that's why Billy is acting all crazy. So, boom, in order to stop doing that, you just learn something new. All right? When you cooking catfish for your children, stop reusing the damn oil. And then the Hershey's, the Twizzlers, all that stuff, the little low fat yogurts, they take the fat out and they up the sugar. Yeah, stop feeding that shit to them. Okay, and then your child is gonna be like an angel. You're gonna be like Billy's not jumping off top of the roof no more. He's not going off the top rope like the Undertaker in WWE. Okay, the Undertaker gets paid. Billy don't get paid to do that. He just gonna end up in the surgery room, and then you gotta pay over $1,000, and then end up in medical debt, all because of sugar or because of something like this. We talking about processed sugar. I'm not talking about fruit. Fruit actually has potassium, which kind of acts similar to insulin, so it helps your body out with getting the glucose in there. Okay. So, that's all for today's lesson. We're going to go back to cooking. Just had to make sure y'all understand. So, boom. That's how we looking. Not burnt. That's how we looking. Golden brown. Well, a little bit of brown. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to show y'all what I was talking about. Because I think my phone trying to go crazy. I got plenty of space on that SD card. Boom. So you take this, right? Fresh oil. Y'all see me pouring it in? All right. That's what it is right there. It don't look like this stuff. Again, y'all can see the difference. Which one would you want to put in your body? All right. So that's in there. We gotta get this fish seasoned up. So let's go back over here. That way you just ain't gotta get fish from, somewhere like JJ Fish or something like that. You're gonna learn how to make your own damn stuff. Cause JJ Fish open at 10. What if you want fish before 10 a.m.? Right? And it's a lot better, before you say it, it's a lot better than some Cheerios. It's a lot better than some oatmeal that you don't know how to prepare. Now, if you know how to prepare the oatmeal, cool. Let me show you something. And this is what I'm going to use. Okay. Masa harina. I want you to read something. You see how they soak it in lime water? Okay. 10,000 years ago, before, we had, technology, this is how they used to prepare the grains to, release and get rid of the phytonutrients and everything that keeps your body from unlocking the nutrients from plant material like this. All right. So I'm gonna use this in the place of cornmeal because this is basically, corn flour. So that's our fish. That's how we looking. You never want to put, because hot oil and water do not mix. That's how you get all that popping action, and it hurts. I've seen people get third-degree burns from that, and I ain't getting no third-degree burns, but it hurt. It hurt when it hit your skin. So boom, coming through with a gallon. Gallon. A gallon Ziploc bag. That's how we looking. I'm gonna actually bring y'all over here. I already saw the fish. So bam, come on up here. Come on up here. There you go. It was already open. Here, I can show y'all if I didn't show y'all the brand. With Bob's Red Meal. Alright, he makes some good oatmeal too. I'm not sure if he's soaking in lime water or something like that. But you can learn how to do that yourself. Now, okay, let me say this, because I thought this too. When they say lime water, they don't mean limes, like the fruit lime that I had with this fish. It's like some sodium fluoride or something. It's some type of mineral that is, I believe, either alkaline or acidic, and they soak it in that, and then it gets it right. It gets it right. You can eyeball it. Like I'm eyeballing it. Make sure I got enough. So look at your fish and look back at this. Look back at your fish and look back at this. And that's what you call eyeballing it. Okay? My man's Bob Real Red Meal came through with the potato starch. This is also what I like to fry in. Okay? So that's that. Boom. I'm gonna go ahead and dry this fish off. Grab me 2 paper towels. We're gonna come back over here. Can you see me? Let me get you in now. All right. Just go ahead and try to flip it. Let it dry off. Paper towel's gonna soak up any excess moisture. So any, weird taste that this fish may have has literally been obliterated by the lime, the fruit lime and salt water. Took all that out. Smell like limes. Okay? So season it. Let me think about what I want to use. You can think about what you want to use. You can go on what your mama used. Now let me show you something. When you go to Sharks, JJ Fish, if you in a certain part of town around a certain demographic of people, then boom, what they gonna ask you? You want lemon pepper? This is the lemon pepper that Sharks use. Now, some Sharks sells this. I've seen this in some stores, but it's very rare that I see it in the stores. Most of the time I see it in Sharks. So you put this on after done cooking. It even says on the bottom. Um, so I'm gonna go with a little bit of a Lari. I'm gonna mainly go with this. I'm gonna mainly go with that. All right. Now you also got this. I don't do too well with this. It get my nose running, and for some reason it gives some people bubble gut. So if you can handle this, this is for seasoning. You know, Creole people down in Louisiana, down in Florida, down on the lower part of Alabama, Mississippi. You know, shout out to them. And then I think that's all I'm gonna do. I like the actual taste of the fish and the way it's prepared. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all should be able to see me. You know, if you ain't patient, you can go, you know, boom, just come through. Just come through. Don't go heavy handed. Go light. Because remember, you're going to be able to season this after it come out the grease. It's just to make sure it got, you know, something on the inside. And the inside is coated before you actually coat it with this corn flour. And you come through with this. Because you ain't trying to, you know, here's the thing. With the salt, salt is very important for the body. But when you got too damn much, or when you eating just straight up foods from commerce, or you so instead of doing it this way, there's no seasonings in here, and then they got 1,000 milligrams for a little teaspoon. When you get it from the store already made, just go ahead and get you the stuff that ain't got no salt, and just season it yourself, okay? And then you can go by your taste buds. Your body will let you know how much. Is it too little? Is it too much? All right. And then that's how you avoid hypertension. Well, a lot of people get hypertension because they either eating too much, like 10,000 milligrams, because they want to eat Baba's lemon cheese steaks, you know, stuff like that, because they don't care about how much salt they put in. They just making sure it's salty enough to get your ass back in there. And then some people, you know, underdo it by getting no salt, and then that stresses your body out, and then you start getting hypertension. So it's all about being right in the middle, right in the middle. Okay. The salt electrolyte, just like potassium. It's chloride, actually, just like potassium, uh, magnesium. Then you also got, I said potassium, magnesium. Um, those are the only ones that can come to mind. It come to me if it come to me later. But boom, you know how much salt you and your family like. Now, if you old and you know you've been kind of messing up for a lot of years and your taste is gone, like my grandma, please have somebody else season the food. Okay, you can't go by off your taste, your tongue, something wrong with your tongue or something. Your taste buds kind of off. Don't give us, you know, hypertension by over salting the food. All right. So that's if you know that your taste be kind of off. You know, you season the food and everybody eat it. Why it's so salty? Why it's so salty? Okay, that means something wrong with your taste buds. So you can always just start off light, and then the people can season it, put extra or whatever they need for their particular body. Um, so yeah, man, just sea salt, that. Just shake this around. All right, nice and coated. Then go ahead and get your bag to coat it. And while we doing that, I'm gonna show y'all this part too. Go ahead and get this grease hot. You want the grease hot. Some people forget how to cook because they just stop cooking. They just stop cooking. Bam. So get it hot and boom. So that's gonna do what it's gonna do. And then we gonna do what we gonna do over here. Y'all can see that? Bam. Just throw it in there. If you know what shake and bake is, then you know what I'm doing. Alright? Now see, this part right here is very critical to your success as a human being. Watch what I do. Before you close this, make sure you got some air in there. Make sure you got some air in there. You see how I got air in there? So when you shake the bag, you got room. And be careful with these bluegill. You want to do this over a sink, really, especially when you got bluegill, because they got them spines, them dorsal spine fins. All right. And watch when you doing it like that too, because them spines might get you. Now you can cut those off. I didn't. See how it nicely coats? A little light coating. The more coating you got on there and your grease ain't hot enough, it's gonna soak up that oil, and you might get a little tummy ache from eating all that oil soaked into whatever coating you got. So if you're gonna do it that way, just make sure your oil is hot, so it crisp up right away and it don't soak in. Now what I'm telling you is $1 million game, okay? Because I actually used to sit there and watch my grandma cook. While everybody else was playing video games. Ooh, I'm finna do this. I'm finna, do whatever. I'm sitting there peeping game. So boom, after you do that, get you a little paper plate. Get you a little paper plate. Now take the fish out. Shake off the excess and just put on the paper plate. Shake it like a salt shaker. Shake it. Put it on the thing. Shake off the excess. Put on the paper plate. Now, go ahead and put these other ones in here. And if y'all do go ahead and go that other route, that got the seasoning already in there, please read the instructions. Please read the instructions. Now, pay attention while I'm doing. Make sure there's air in the bag. Now, please read the instructions if you're gonna go the other route. Cause it says that it's already seasoned. Got like 1,000 milligrams in a teaspoon of salt. and sodium. So if you add your own stuff to it, just keep in mind of that. It's pretty salty the way it is, unless you adding more breading or coating to it. Then you can go ahead and season it for the amount that you got. But I made that mistake before, and the fish just came out way too salty. We had to throw out the whole batch. Nobody can eat it. It's just way too salty. Boom. And making sure it's coated, dries out the outside. So when you throw it in the grease, it don't pop at you. I'm gonna throw these catfish nuggets in. Now I seen some people get Frank's Red Hot. Soak it in the Frank's Red Hot, and then that tastes really good that way too. I did that for some alligator gar, and y'all can look up how alligator gar look. They got a face only a mother could love. All right, so boom. Make sure it's coated. And you learn this skill good enough, you might be able to be right next to JJ Fish. Open up your own restaurant. They got a lot of little virtual restaurants popping up. All right. In the Ziploc bags, I went straight to Walmart to get Ziploc bags. So they're not hard to find. That way you run out of little grocery store bags. Then and the grocery store bags, they be having holes in there. You don't want no holes. You do not want no holes in your bag. Cause then that's how you get all over your flow. Then your children running all over the place, tracking it all over the place. Okay. Make sure I get all the pieces out. And just keep in mind, fish cooks quicker than chicken. If you got the skin on the fish, it's gonna take a little longer. So just keep that in mind. Okay, I think that's all the pieces. So boom. So I over added. So what you can do is, since I didn't put a whole egg batter in here, I can reuse this. But if you got egg batter in there, you don't want it to start creating a whole environment and a whole ecosystem of organisms, and then reuse that, because that's how you get sick. So we're gonna go back over here. We should be getting hot. We should be getting hot over here. Make sure you don't start no fire. Give yourself some room. You can put the lard and the butter up. We should be getting there. While that's doing that, and you can test this. You can test this by throwing a little incy, tiny piece of water, like one drop. If you're not skilled at doing this, please don't do this at home. But I'm a professional, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Now, what I may have just did may be considered witchcraft or treachery. So don't do that around certain people. You might get a pitchfork up to your head. But that's how you do that. So it's hot enough, so you can go ahead and start throwing this in here. And then you can also look at it, but don't get up too close on it. So this is moving. This is, bumping and moving. So it's ready. So we can start throwing these in. You can do it with tongs. You also got them little fry catchers. Or you can get you a spatula and put it in. But please don't do it with your hands. I be seeing a lot of women pick up the meat or whatever it is, and then boom, and put their hand in danger. Okay? You ain't gotta put, you got only 2 hands that you can live with. Go ahead and use these tongs. And you can also test it with the meat. It's ready. If it don't do that when you put it in, just go ahead and pull out. I'm going to just go ahead and do the catfish nuggets first. Because that's going to cook quicker than the bluegill. And the reason why I got the skin off the catfish is because the catfish skin is very tough to digest. If you eat too much of it, you probably going to throw up. Alright, I'm just forewarning you. Cause that just might what happen. It's really leathery. Y'all saw when I was pulling it off. So just be, careful with that. Try to get as much of that catfish skin off. And see, it's cooking real quick. It ain't taking long at all. Y'all wanna know what's crazy? I was showing y'all to cook even when I didn't have this apartment. I was showing y'all how to cook outside. You remember we was down in Missouri and we was barbecuing in the wintertime? Y'all know how we do. Then we almost slipped down that hill. Couldn't get out that hill. Yeah, good time, good time. So I think I'm a. And you going for a golden, crispy look. When they start floating like that, it's just about damn that time. I don't know. And you just flip it. Yeah, see, fillets don't take long. Especially when they're nuggets. They don't take long. Just like little chicken nuggets. Oh, and see, that's another thing y'all can feed y'all kids. Chicken thighs, take the bone out. Oh, come on. Alright, I'm going to get back with y'all. I'm going to end this section. Alright, so take the chicken thighs, chop them up, and you can cook them the same way. Now, chicken breast is a little tougher, but chicken thighs, it's a lot easier to eat. Now, when you get orange chicken from Panda Express, they use chicken thighs. They don't use chicken breast. A lot of people on YouTube use chicken breast for their actual orange chicken recipe. But see, y'all be messing up. Y'all gotta peep game. And now I'm gonna put those on my wire rack. Yeah, move these. This is how my wire rack setup look. I got this thing, and then everything drains below. All right. That way, I keep them on my paper towels. See, we gotta be smart. Y'all know how smart we are. We smart. Uh-oh. Let me make sure this right. But yeah, you just cut up those chicken thighs, and you can make some homemade chicken nuggets. You can bread it up just like what I showed you. And those are healthy chicken nuggets. That way your child is getting protein, fats, and B vitamins and all that thing, all them things like that. All that good stuff. Instead of chicken breast. Chicken breast is like candy. It ain't got too much to it. That's why them bodybuilders be looking sick when they eat too much chicken breast. Like, yeah, they lose weight, but they also looking like a zombie in the face. You can tell when somebody eat too much chicken breast. Alright, so that's starting to look good right there. I can put it up to the camera, actually. Go ahead and drain that thing off like that. Bam. Crisping. And then we about to throw these bluegills in. But y'all see how easy that is? That's not hard at all. That's not hard. And then JJ Fish Sharks is overcharging you. Like they charging you $10 for some tilapia. I can get 4 pounds of tilapia for $14-15. They ain't even giving you a pound of tilapia. That's why they give you all them fries and 2 pieces of bread to make it seem like you getting a deal. But if you really peeping game, you're not getting a deal. Alright? So now, take these bluegills. Bam. And it's a lot of children my age, and I'm pretty sure before my time. This is what we used to do in our childhood when we go fishing, and all we used to catch was bluegill. So even if they was like someone like him, that's eating size. You just throw them in whole, and that's what we used to eat. When we actually went fishing. Alright. So the bluegill, or when you cooking a whole fish, tilapia, you got a whole crappie or something, they're gonna take a little longer. Alright, y'all saw how those nuggets right there, they cooked up, they started floating up to the top. And when they float, okay, so this is another peak game. When they start floating, that means that side is pretty much done cooking. So that's when you flip it. And y'all saw how fast they start floating. So again, that lime, it kind of pre-cooked it. So this is just finishing the job. Alright, so while that's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and show y'all how to apply this lemon pepper. So boom, you got this. Just like how your uncle was about to take out his Newports. I don't know what that do, but that's what they always do. That's what a lot of old heads do. Alright, you do the same thing with this. Just don't put this on the bread. I don't want no lemon pepper on my bread. Alright, but bam. And you know how much lemon pepper you like, or your family. Boom, that's how you do it. Now see, the salt content on this is a lot less than what you're going to get out of sharks. Alright, because you the one cooking it. So you cooking in fresh oil. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. I just want you to keep it real with me. You can put it down in the comment section. Alright? Just keep it real with me. If you was running a business and you was running JJ Fish, would you reuse the oil a couple times? Keep it real. Tell the truth, stay in church. Tell the truth, stay in church. Would you reuse the oil if you got 10 hungry customers? It's prime time. And you got one batch of oil. You ain't going to sit there and tell me that you're going to throw away that oil. You're going to reuse that oil. It just makes sense. So, you know, that's what's happening. They using this to cook your food. So that's why it's better for you to cook it. And when you got whole fish, something else you could do is you can take a knife and you can score it across the lateral side of the body. That's what some people, like if I got a big enough fish, that's what I do. I do that with tilapia. But you know, these just little bluegill. So I was telling these bluegill, now this particular batch of bluegill right here, they was stealing all my bait. And you saw what happened to them. You in the frying pan, boy. And now you're gonna go on YouTube. And you see how it's kind of floating on the other side? Let me get y'all a little closer. You see how it's kind of floating on the other side of the fish now that I flipped it? So it ain't got too much longer. But I'm going by, the feeling. I'm not using logic to do this. Alright? Now, you can use logic when you first get into it. But when you really into it and you in tune into it, you become one with the fish in the pan. You know how much seasoning. You know how long. If it look right, if it don't look right. Okay? That's when you become a master teacher. So I've been doing this a minute. Damn. Now, if you got night-haired children that don't like to pay attention to what they eat, just give them the catfish nuggets or fillets or something. But, we wasn't stupid. We knew to eat around the bones. Even when we was young, we knew, okay, bones, don't eat the bones. We wasn't hard-headed like some people. Because there's some people, children, man, they just hard-headed. End up in the hospital real quick. Oh, see? That's what you gotta watch out for. That's why I'm not standing on that side. That could have been somebody's. Now, see, now it's starting to pop. Uh-oh. Now see, I'm not sure if y'all can hear that, but if you're in tune with the fish in the pan, it just got more quiet. So now it's done. I'm gonna go ahead and make room for it. And what I'm explaining to y'all is what they call, it finally came to me, cooking from the soul. Now see, it ain't floppy or anything like that. Let it drain out the bluegill mouth. And then go ahead and let it dry over here. Let it drain out the bluegill mouth. And it's so crispy, you can even eat the fins on here. Yeah, that's right. Let it drain out the bluegill's mouth. And make sure you got it good. You don't want this dropping out and then splattering hot oil all over the place. That's not fun. That's not fun at all. So how y'all think this gonna taste now that we soaked it in lime and salt water for 24 hours, rinsed it again, and put, you know, the seasoning, the sea salt, with a little bit of lemon pepper? How do you think this is gonna taste? I think this is gonna taste just like mama used to make. Just like grandmama used to make. Just like great grandma used to make. I even say just like grandpa used to make. Because grandpa knew how to cook too. See, just like that. Alright, now see, that's a teachable moment. Don't do what I do, do as I say. Now I gotta drain it again. But just make sure you got it good. Alright. And bam. Now I'll let y'all get a look at this beautiful scenery that we got going over here. Because I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. Hold on, let me make it. Yeah, I got it on the right side. I'm gonna go ahead and flip y'all over here so y'all can see what I'm saying. Now, how long that take me? It ain't take me long at all. And see, what you can do is, whatever you don't eat, next time, throw it in the oven, heat it up a little bit on a wire rack with the thing on the bottom, and then boom. You ain't even gotta throw it in the microwave. Alright, so boom. Just like I showed y'all earlier. And I mean, it don't get no more. What y'all be paying big money for? Non-GMO, organic. That can't touch this. I mean, this literally came up out the wild. I went out there myself and got them. Okay, so all whatever they supposed to be eating, they was eating. So this gonna taste good. Alright? Now I'm gonna go ahead and glaze over this. And then we're gonna close this joint out. It took us about 3 days to make this video. Bam. Slow. Go over it slow. Bam. Now, if you was to feed this to your family, y'all gonna grow up big and strong. I'm just gonna let you know. That fish skin got some good vitamin D in it. Okay? And in the fish, fish meat as well. So if you are of a certain demographic that they always saying, man, y'all low in vitamin D. Y'all never stand out in the sun. Okay? During the wintertime, it's not a lot of sun. Especially when they playing with them clouds. Okay? So what you could do is eat some fish. Tilapia in 4 ounces has about 25% of your daily recommended value by what the government say. But you always want to get a little bit more than what the government say. Um, so yeah, that's a vitamin D tip. I'm gonna go ahead and close this joint out. Thank you for coming to this channel and rocking out, seeing how we, how not only how we cook, but how, we as a channel, we as people that watch this channel, and we got the bread over there. So opposed to, getting the supermarket bread, that there's another option that actually help you out with your gut. Then boom, you got this. Instead of cooking with the normal the Quaker Man cornmeal, I showed y'all the red meal cornmeal that they soaked in lime water. So this how we looking. Shout out to y'all for watching this. Hopefully y'all learned something. Hopefully this saved somebody's life. So y'all don't have to put somebody in the funeral home. Y'all can keep y'all money. I'm going to just close out with this. The average lifespan of the natural human being is supposed to be at least 110 all the way up to 120 years old. So when you talking about you 40 years old and you talking about how you feel old and your knees is cracking and all that, and your body just going through all types of stuff, and your body is letting you know that what you've been doing ain't working for all these years, go ahead and listen to it, especially if you're 40 years old. You're not even middle age yet. Okay? Middle age is somewhere around 50 to 60. All right? And a lot of people call themselves old by that point. Um, so, and I know we got to go to work, do all these things. But the body is made to move, is made to be active as long as you give it rest at a certain time, and then you feeding it to help it recover. All right, just like we used to do back in the day before all these buildings and everything, right? And I showed y'all you can go ahead and get your own groceries. And I just want to say, shout out to the Catfish Cornelius channel, right? Shout out to the Catfish Cornelius channel. I ain't catch no big old catfish, but hey, I know how to catch the fish. You see it. You see it. You see it. So don't forget to what these young people be saying. Like the video, subscribe to the video, share the video, cause this is gonna help a lot of people. Instead of going to JJ Fish, you can go out and get your own grocery. Even if you ain't by the Illinois River, you ain't by the Mississippi River, you ain't by the Ohio River, you ain't by the Missouri River, okay? There's a lot of places that you can go to and get your own groceries. So when these supermarkets close down and when they shut down, this is what I was doing. This is exactly what I was doing. Even if it started getting a little cold, you still gonna see me going out and getting my own groceries. Even if the supermarket is talking about they ran out of beef, Wendy's ran out of beef. Okay, who knows where they getting that beef? Okay, you should not eat a burger and then your skin start flaring up and then you start sniffling. Something's wrong and it needs to be fixed, and we fixing it on this channel. All right. Even if they don't want to give us what we need, we gonna take what we need. Shout out to these fish that made this video possible. Thank you, catfish, for your body and your nourishment. I hope you are in heaven, catfish. Thank you, bluegill, for your body, your meat, and your nourishment. Um, I hope you are in bluegill heaven. Shout out to y'all. Um, I love y'all fishies, and I wasn't gonna discard it, y'all, and just decapacitate y'all and not eat y'all like some people do of a certain demographic. Um, this is circle of life, so I'm gonna use their energy to keep doing the right thing and keep making it happen, right? So we teaching people how to eat right, all right, and hopefully we explain the oil part compared to this, how they cooking at the fast food restaurant, how you want to use that, the importance of the butters, the importance of the lard, the beef tallows, and you can use that instead to cook with. And then what's gonna happen is you're gonna start feeling really good, okay? Your children ain't gonna be trying to jump off of the roof. All right, running all over the place, running into the refrigerator, busting their head wide open, and then they gotta go to the hospital. And then you got a $2,000 bill on your hands. Okay? We are preventing all this from the root. Okay? This is how you prevent that. Boom. So shout out to y'all. I tried to close this video out 3 times, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Thank y'all. Welcome to the channel. Shout out to y'all. Now, if y'all need extra help, y'all already know that there's a link below. Go ahead and check it out. I'm here for y'all. But outside of that, we got these videos here too. All right, y'all. Peace.